Mad, mad, mad. I'ma feed 5-4 fun, money making animal. Don't put me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ask Mad Show. I am your host, Mad, the Duke of Tribal Kingdom, International Man of Leisure, the Caesar of the Universal Players, your secret agent man giving you the game on all things. And, I was chilling today, and today was a beautiful day, man. Good weather, you dig? Good vibes all around, just like a real good day, But seeing that this is the Ask Mad Show, I got a couple of questions. I got a query. Yeah. And when I ask this question, it's not to be like this isn't something that's supposed to be taken lightly in terms of don't overlook it so quickly. Don't be so quick to judge the quality of the question and actually sit and think about it for a minute. Just give it a thought when I ask this question. Do people matter? Like, does this person matter? Does that person matter? Do people just walking down the street for no reason matter? Do the people at your church matter? You dig? Do the kids at your school that you teach at, do they matter? Do the people at your church, some religious sect or group that you affiliate with, do they matter in the grand scheme of things? Okay. If they do matter, who are they? Who are these so-called people that matter? Right? And understand me when I say who matters and if people matter in terms of, do your presence change anything? You know what I mean? Are you here to improve quality of life for anybody or anything around you? Do you actually matter in the grand scheme of not just self-improvement, but trying to maintain the planet that we got? Yeah. And improve upon things that need it. Not everything, not to make us lazy and make us, expendable and useless, but something that can enhance or advance our lives so that we can live the best life. And if you're saying that people matter, my first question is, who are they? And once you figure out who they are, why? Why did that person matter? Tell me, why do they matter specifically? Is it something to do with the job that they got? Is it something to do with what they represent? Is it something to do with pity or some type of empathy or sympathy where you saying a person matters because they're a human being and all human beings matter? But what I'm saying is something very specific. Don't get lost in the sauce. Do people matter in the grand scheme of things? And if so, who are they? Why do they matter? And how are they helping to improve quality of life? Because if you're not contributing to, okay, for example, right? If everybody matters, because that was the original question, do everybody matter? Not just people, but do everybody, do every person matter? And if everybody matters, do degenerates matter? A degenerate person, somebody who, toot blows, smoke crack, you dig what I'm saying? Watch porn, you know what I mean? Just excessive amounts of porn, spend most of their day, whether, they ain't whacking off, they thinking about whacking off, and all of their interactions seem to go in that direction for some way or another. A real degenerate type, people with no real credibility, liars, they name and whatever it is that they saying, you don't give a second thought to it because they just don't have no credibility. Do those people matter? And like I said, are they here to improve quality of life for everybody, not just for themselves, but for the people around them? Do they matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to that? And if they do or if they don't, what can we do to remove these people out the way? Because I ain't going to lie to you, people who don't matter ought not to be in the way. Don't that make sense to you? Not just in the way of just for the sake of doing so, but in the way of people who trying to make real progress. And you got a bunch of degenerates all around the place, hindering people from trying to get to where they going. Because you can't miss them. Ain't no way around it. Like that ma said, ain't no way around it. You got to go through it, Jack. you're not going to be able to go around it, man. You got to go through it. And a part of going through it do come a level of cynicism in asking certain questions, such as, do people matter? Do everybody matter? Do everybody matter? Do we need everybody? Is it a few people we can do without, man? I'm not even talking like some type of, what do you call it, like Thanos snap. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about just getting rid of a bunch of people on a mass level. No, that ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, do we have to include everybody? Because there's a lot of people, that for all intents and purposes, they mess it up for a lot of other people. Let's just keep it funky. We know who they is. We know who they are. We know who the people is that mess it up for everybody. We don't really want them around. You did what I'm saying? And it's not too much productivity is going to take place with them around. You know what I mean? That person. Do that person matter? And if they do, who are they? Why do they matter? And how is that improving the quality of life? If at the very least for themselves. You ain't even got to be out here teaching blind kids how to read. By the way, that's my metric. That's my measuring stick. That's how I can tell if you a good person or not. Whether you volunteer in soup kitchens, like I got to really see you sweating over a pot of stew or chili or something, you know what I mean? Some type of soup. And I got to see you just with a ladle, just putting it in little bowl cups and just giving it to some po children in a loaf of bread. Big old piece of bread and a bowl of soup or stew or something. That's how I say that's a good person. That person is taking time out their day to scoop soup in a bowl, give it to the little chitlins, the little childrens who hungry. Yeah. Or what about the person that teach blind kids how to read? Do you know how hard it is for you to learn Braille? You gonna teach it to somebody that ain't never seen nothing before, just from touching paper? Man, I don't think we understand how dynamic that is. You learn how to read from touching paper and having, whole conversations touching paper. And somebody had to teach them how to do that. That's all I'm saying. You ain't born learning how to read by touching paper. That's something you got to study many, many years to do. You might as well be a monk in a dojo. You be a black belt in reading. If you can read from touching paper, you like a master reader. You ought to get paid just for that. And see, if you volunteering to teach them little blind children how to read, I say that's a good person. You dig what I'm saying? But for the most part, So if you ain't contributing to society and you're not really doing nothing that somebody ought to be proud of, something that your mama can be proud of, something that your childrens and grandchildrens can know your story. I mean, how many dudes, how many people, running around here and they grandkids don't know who they is, man. They don't know their story. If somebody was to say, hey, you fella, check it out. Tell me about your grandfather. Tell me about him. Okay, so like, what was his thing? Did he have a thing? Was he known for something? Did he do anything? No? Okay. Then I understand. I would have put you in the district. You go to District 8. Next, the next person come up and they know everything about their granddaddy and, they can tell you all the stories and, granddaddy might have been a troubled guy, but all around he did his best to help people. Okay, you get to, you get to stay. You can stick around. You got something to contribute to society. You come from a good background. You come from good stock. You come from people doing things to improve either their lives or the life of the people around them. But for all of you that come from people who did nothing to help nobody, that come from people who basically pulled everything and everybody down with them, and I guess you here to perpetuate the cycle, you here to keep it going, I want you to go stand over in the corner. I want you to go to District 8, whatever the last number I just said. It don't even matter because we got a few of y'all. We got a few districts where we just got y'all piled on top of each other. And what I'm saying is we just going to keep y'all over there. because you don't really matter according to what's taking place over here. Or, again, because I travel through time. Time keep on slipping. That was me. I made that. And I travel through dimensions. You think you saw Doctor Strange, the mirror dimension and all? I walk through dimensions. And I don't know, man. Either I didn't travel through time, I done came from another planet, or I done walked through walls, through dimensions, and ended up in a place where I don't recognize. Maybe I'm off here. Maybe I'm off kilt. You dig? Maybe I'm the one that need a readjustment, because the way I saw life and the way I still see life is we're here on a mission of self-discovery and self-improvement. The more you know about yourself, the more you want to improve that being self, right? And make sure that you are the best version of you that you can be. And it's not enough that you think and feel that way yourself. They got commercials for it. They got people on cereal boxes for it. They got people on crayon boxes for it. They got people on lunch boxes for it. They got cartoons for it. They got news for it. They got comics for it. They got books for it. They got people in costumes. They got mascots for it. They got all kind of people doing things and saying things, all leading up to the same thing. Hey, man, figure out who you are in life, yeah? And be the best you can be in life. So I don't understand people who choose to squander and live in squalor and multiply like rats and vermin and such. You dig? To me, those are the people who don't matter, according to everything that I just said. Because if you train them up, train up kids the way they ought to be, yeah? And since I was a little bitty boy, that's all I ever heard. That's what America stood for. We used to be a proper country. You dig? It was called America. 47 years ago. And even it's not what your country can do for you, but for what you can do for your country. Like, why would they've been telling you, say no, just say no. This has been about self-improvement, self-discovery. So I think by 2026, and you done had Sleepy Joe, and you got the Orange Rocket Man, you got all these characters, they ain't talking about self-improvement, man. If anything, they don't really want you to improve. They want you to get worse. They want to take care of you, but not really take care of you. It's like abusive. It's like neglectful. There we go. Benign neglect. It's like this way to not acknowledge what you go through, but to shine a light on people who go through things, only to avoid you in the fray and invite those who have no real ties to the place, and at the same time, you pay for all of it. And boys, I'm paying for it, Jack. Let me tell you something, man. Look out. It's kind of crazy. And what I'm saying is, do those people matter? The people that they want to shine a light on, you know? Like Bobby Blue Bland said, shine your love light, shine on me. And they shining the love light, Jack, but it ain't shining this way. Like that Mark said, ooh, across 110th Street. You dig what I'm saying? It's dark. Pimps and prostitutes gon' meet across 110th. Nigga. What a that's what it was, man. Look out. That's when it was brick building. The buildings was crumbling. It looked like bombs that went over Baghdad when they were saying, hoo, hoo, hoo. I was a ghetto boy trying to stay alive, trying to make it out of the ghetto. What I'm saying is, man, look out. Do them people matter? Do everybody matter? Because if they matter, then why did I have to live in them environments? You dig? And funny as it is, you know, this is all paradoxical. So you're living in the same place under different conditions. Ain't that something? What that Mark say? Ain't that a pip? How are you living in the same place with different conditions? How can it be recognizable but so unfamiliar? Paradoxical. It's craziness, you know? And it's the same thing with the question that I asked. Do everybody matter? Well, that's paradoxical because, I mean, at one point, this person may have been the complete, just an absolute failure. One of the worst persons you ever wanted to meet. You don't know nothing about them, right? And that person just glow up. That's what we call it. You know what I'm saying? They glow up. And they just, look out. Running countries, Fortune 500 CEO. You got Jay-Z. You know what I mean? You got all these characters who, for all intents and purposes, wasn't programmed or supposed to be in the positions that they in. It's almost inexplicable. It's like lightning in a bottle. I don't even know how you catch it, but they got that cliche. He caught lightning in a bottle. You a lie. Ain't nobody never caught lightning. What type of DC comic Marvel studio you think you talking to? You think you talking to a fool? So it ain't so much that lightning struck or he caught it in a bottle. Nah, he just beat the odds, man. He wasn't supposed to, but he beat the odds. Some would say that's paradoxical. You did? But he probably wouldn't. To him, he was always him. To him, he always thought the way he thought. To him, he always mattered. But somebody at some point wrote them people off, and he was among the fray. And they was talking about government cheese. That's like. It was a point, right? Well, like every comedian had a joke about it. That's how you know it's real. What that mug say, tap my name on you. Well, if every comedian got a joke about it, you know it's real. And I ain't gonna back. I had powdered milk, Kaboom cereal, the little juice, Donald Duck juice. What else, man? You really had to get down on the powdered milk, Jack. So who cares about Kix cereal, the little KIX, corn flakes? But what I'm saying is, they had government cheese. They just gave them cheese. They just stood in the cheese line and they gave them people cheese. And they say the cheese made them constipated. They couldn't even digest the cheese. They couldn't boo-boo the cheese, man. It didn't even crumble up, man. It was cheese, but it wasn't cheese. Think of that foam they spray. I just had a Vic put a front door in for me and he sprayed some foam. Now, this here foam expands. You dig? I would have never knew. But supposedly you spray this stuff and it get big, right? But not only do it get big and hard. Now to the fools out there that say pause, I guess you can pause that, but I'm talking about foam. Where your mind at? Weirdo. So check what I'm saying. The foam get big, you dig? And before you know it, you can't even fit up in there. It done got too big for the door frame. The mom put it in there, but that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm making, though, is do everybody matter, man? And I haven't decided. It's paradox of life where you can be one thing and become a whole nother thing, and you're not expected to change, but people want. How about this? That's backwards. You expected to stay the same, yeah? And people don't want to see change. They don't want to see change. How about that? You're not expected to change, but it's inevitable. Your change, your transformation, especially if you live in a life of self-discovery and self-improvement. If you live in life like me, you're going to change. You're going to shed skin a couple times. You're going to be in a whole new era, so to speak. You're going to be in a whole new ball field, you dig? It's not going to be the same thing as it was. It shouldn't even be. It's not supposed to be, you dig? And like, if a person don't contribute to society, I'm just stating for the record that they don't matter. And if you have to explain ethics to me, sit me down like I'm 10 years old and explain to me the ethics of equity and equality and treating everybody the same and everybody mattering, because it ain't been my reality. It ain't been what I grown up to see. So explain to me why everybody matter. Why is that a dumb question to ask? If everything in not just my life, but most people's life where I come from has said that they don't matter. And it's not a cliche slogan. So don't get wrapped up in some organization. I'm not with none of that, Jack. For me, it ain't about that. At the end of the day, if we actually do matter, then we being mistreated. Simply put, we don't have justice. And the neglect of it all says to me that we don't matter. And we are District 8. That's where we currently at. Trying to make it out of the ghetto. Trying to stay alive. And people who don't matter, it's all relative. So I may have spoke to it in relation to mistreatment and one thing or that, but it's people in high places who don't matter. It's people in high places who never mattered a day in their life. They themselves was forgettable. Yeah. That person who is in the room is no threat to nobody, but as of equal or no use to anybody either. You no threat and you no use to nobody. Yeah. What if that person who don't matter is in control of something that do? Like, if you allow people who don't matter to control things, or, you give them a say-so in, something that's very important, the whole ecosystem is destroyed. You know what I mean? So it's not just a person who come from squalor, because like I said, it's all paradoxical. That person could have mattered the whole time. You dig what I'm saying? Some people say that a person, for example, let's just keep using Jay-Z as the example, that what he means to the people around him, they would say he definitely matter. Versus with some person who may have been speaking about the neighborhood he came from at the time he came up and writing off everybody that come from there, because his story ain't everybody's story. Not just in the neighborhood he grew up, but even in the family he grew up in. It's not all the time you come across a person like that, or Michael Jackson for that matter. His movie just came out. Just talking to my mama about it. It's nobody on this planet that you could ever compare to Michael Jackson. And I wasn't even around for the era of it. I just understand the depth of it. Like, I understand what that mean for all the things that experiences that took place. Not just for him, but for everybody who lived during that time period. To even live during that time period for somebody like Michael Jackson to come around. Old boy running around with the glove and putting up, hand signals and whatnot. I don't know what none of that is, but nah, I mean, it's a lot of projecting, hoping and wishing and whatnot, but you ain't gonna be able to wish your way up on that list. It's just one of them things that just is. Ain't nothing you can do about it, you dig? But putting people in high places, speaking of, people using gloves that ain't theirs, when you put people who don't matter in high places, you destroy the whole ecosystem, and people who didn't matter according to one thing or another, and you let one of these people in, what it do is it trip off to where it's almost like an alarm or a lighthouse going on. And people is all drawn to it. Those who don't belong to it are drawn to it, because you got somebody here supposed to be representing it that don't fit it. Just simply put, you just don't fit it, man. If this was 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, in those genres of music, you'd be able to do it to that level. You would. You would be able to do it to that level because you would have all of the key elements. But this hip hop thing is something so different, man. It's something so unique that it don't matter about how much money is in it. And that's all I hear about is how much money. He grossed this much money. And it's like, I mean, cool, homie, but I can't spend nobody else's money. I can't spend his money. So I can't go off his money like that. I can't even listen to his money. How that sound? Like, how you going off his money as if you had a conversation with it? His money told you something his music couldn't. It's like, I don't care about that. I care way more about if you able to do it. And a part of it is the way you sound. A big part of it is the way you sound. And like, it's so funny today. I'm in a car today, right? And Ice Baby come on the radio. And for the first, like, all right, stop. Something and listen. He said something. What he say? Something like a vandal. And light up like a candle. And it's just like, if you put a brother in a brother in that situation and let him rap everything Vanilla Ice said, it has a whole, now don't get me wrong, that song is a legendary song. It did what it did and people still like it. I was in the car laughing at it. So we in agreement. But anyway, let a brother would have rapped that song, man. That song wouldn't be ridiculed or used as a punchline. That song would be like some type of groundbreaking because of what was said. But it was not just what was said, and it's also who you said it, but it's not who said it because they didn't prove for decades. It didn't matter who said it. They take, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. It don't matter who said it. It was done how it was supposed to be done. But man, this hip hop thing is something different. This hip hop thing is, it don't matter what's being said so much. Hey, baby, it don't really matter what you said. What matters is who said it. What? You mean to tell me they was that genius? And I don't even know if that's how you know this is all a freak of nature. They didn't even know what they was doing. They flipped it. They mamas, daddies, all the old heads, anybody who was before them told them, y'all making a mockery out of this. And they said, man, put that on the turn and scratch it. Frick. And they flipped it. They played the records in reverse, brought them back, scratched them, played them forward, brought it back. And the dude would rap like that to where you flip the whole process. It ain't about what's being said at all. It's about who's saying it. And it applies to everybody. It applies to Marshall. And no disrespect to Eminem. Eminem technically is a robot. He is the Negress 2000. He is what you call it, man. I don't know what you call it, man, but he's some type of robotic rhymester. He's like Macintosh rap. That's Macintosh rap. That's what that is. Macintosh rap. Computer rap. Right? It's so good, you think a computer wrote it before AI. He's Macintosh rap. That's how good he can rap technically. Everybody's always going on and on about it. The white boys won't let you rest without explaining to you how important that is. Again, it matters to them. But what I'm saying is, it don't matter to us. Why? Because it ain't about what's being said. It's about who's saying it. And they basically saying like, well, y'all changed the rules. Wait a minute. That's not true. That's not fair. He's the best technical rapper. There's no one that can technically rap like him. It's like, homie, we changed the rules. Ironically, this is the medium that changed it. This is the genre that changed it. It mattered way more about who was saying it. Rakim Allah saying something on some God body type time. Nas, and it's like, it mattered who's saying it. You couldn't, what Hov say? Anything you said, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it. Well, your word was everything. So everything you said, you did it. No, everything you said, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it. He's saying like it matters who's saying it, even to the degree of not just that you from it, that you did everything you talking about. So if a dude is rapping about chopping off a horse's head, putting it in my mother's bed, and she woke up and I screamed, Mom, look at what you've done. I hate you. Yeah, you didn't really do that. You didn't really do that, because if you did, I'd have watched a documentary about it. They'd have had a documentary about you, Marshall. If everything you did, if everything you said you did actually happened, you wouldn't be around. And it's not just him. Of course, there's all type of, rappers that say all type of stuff that they didn't do, be fronting and flossing. But the real niggas basically are saying that that's what separates y'all from us. That's why we different from y'all. Because everything we say we did, we ain't just playing. Pac, you know what I'm saying? Like the thug life and all, like it was about being real. Too Short, E40, man. Even T.I. They talking about down there in the trap and everything like that there. What Shawty Lo say? It must be two sides. It's all about who said it. Who said that? Who said, I ain't say that, he said that. Who said that? You better, man, look out. That's what it's about. It ain't about what's being said. They done turned it and flipped the whole genre. I don't know how they did it. Like I said, I don't even think they know they did it. This has never been spoken of. Don't nobody know about this. I just broke ground with this. Who would have knew? Nobody. I'm telling you the truth. Y'all would have never knew. But a person like Buddy, just getting back to it, he messed up the whole ecosystem. Because you got a bunch of people who ain't from it coming to it and trying to redefine it. Trying to unwrap it, wrap it back up and sell it back to us. We ain't having it. We ain't buying it. Why would I buy from you what I produce naturally? Make that make sense. Why I'm going to pay for the milk when I can get the cow for free? See, I got game, man. Everything I say, man. You dig what I'm saying? It's in the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I chew bubble gum. You dig? The way I grab my fork to eat what's on my plate. Only I could do that. You can't. You dig? So it don't matter what's said. It matter who's saying it. And if you're going to mess up the whole ecosystem for that, then if you ask me, and if enough people crowd around it, you have created a hive mind. Because that's what a hive is. So Blood and created his own hive mind. The most famous hive is the beehive. And the queen bee is who? Beyonce. And she has a beehive. And everybody who's a part of this colony, this beehive, are part of the hive mind. Where there's one narrative that goes out like a pulse. And it's a vibration that somehow telepathically they able to communicate with. And they respond in kind. Whatever that pulse say, to keep them on track, to keep them on rhythm, to keep them on beat. And it's in her music. They have hived around that. The beehive. Now, hive mind, I can't say is bad because ants use it to do good. Bees use it to do good for themselves. They create them beehives and them ant colonies and all of that to make a better system for them in their way of life. Self-improvement. Here we go. They're contributing to their societies in the macrocosm or the microcosm of their species that they belong to. Yeah. And that energy that they possess is transferred into the entire environment. Right. And it's the same with people. You did like angry people come from angry cities. Like I've heard tale of, I'm not from there, never been there, but they say Boston is an angry city. And that people from Boston are usually angry people. The most notable person I know of from the city of Boston is Bill Burr. And comedian Bill Burr, hats off to comedian Bill Burr, you funny. One of the things comedian Bill Burr talks about is his anger. His anger issues and his daddy before him. And I don't know if all of them from Boston, I doubt it, but they could be. But anyhow, that's something that I've heard that, you know, that's an angry city. But it's just a hive mind. That's all it is. The hive is Boston. That's where they are. And they've chosen to tap in those who subscribe to that. Tap into that hive mind. And lazy people, on the other hand, create lazy cities where there's not a lot of commerce. It's not a lot of business flowing, right? There's not much of anything happening. People are mainly taking it easy, and the economy shows for that. Because when you break these United States of America down, not just in the states, but cities and districts, you can kind of see based on the behavior of the people what's the outcome going to be for that area, right? And it can be the most unproductive, non-ambitious, just overall lazy people that grow up in a city that's not known for nothing productive, not known for nothing innovative, or not known for doing anything to inspire change or improve life around them or to improve the life around their society, you know? So what about other traits, right? can a place have abandonment issues like people? Can a place have abandonment issues like people? You know what I mean? Like, it's not laziness, it's not anger, it's something traumatic, like abandonment issues. You don't want to see anybody leave, or you don't want people to basically leave you. If I understand abandonment correctly, you know what I mean? And why would that apply to a place? Why wouldn't that traumatic sort of personality trait apply to a place? Because it applies to people. And you telling me there's a difference between a place and a person? What's the difference? Like, what's the difference between a place and a person? They're both nouns, right? What is a noun? A person, a place, or a thing, right? So a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So if people can have certain characteristics, does that translate to all nouns? Like dogs, for example. Dogs have abandonment issues. I've seen it and heard of dogs with abandonment issues that are clingy to their owners because you're the only person that they have formed a relationship with, the family that is. And if you leave them for a long period of time, they can actually feel abandonment. So if you go in the pound where they got dogs locked up like Akon, they be in there singing, "I'm locked up, they won't let me out. Every day I'm getting kibble, kibble." My dog tag was stolen. Now they done stopped me and I got locked up. I'm in the dog pound. They won't let me out. Anyway, but all the dogs in the pound, they suffer from abandonment because their owners ain't came to get them. They have effectively abandoned them. And if it is a dog a person? No. Do dogs get filed under people? Are they categorized as people? I said person, place, or thing. Would dogs be categorized under thing? Would animal be thing? Or would that be person? Make it clearer to me. I'm not clear on that one. I would say that they're things. I mean, that's how we treat them at least. Do animals matter? Do everybody matter? Do dogs matter? So can they be seen as person under noun, person, place, or thing? If they matter that much, then maybe to somebody they do. To somebody they don't. It's a thing. It gets filed under there. And if it gets filed under thing and it has abandonment issues and people get filed under person and they have abandonment issues, can a place itself endue, or can it be just covered in the energy of the people in that city? And if enough of them have these abandonment issues, can it affect the entire population? Or can it just affect the very buildings and homes and businesses that inhabit the city? I think so. I say yeah. I say a place can have abandonment issues. Absolutely. A place can have abandonment issues so deep and so severe that they don't let nobody leave. It's almost like you have to go through a battle, a struggle of sorts to leave. Now, it's simple enough. It sounds silly, right? Like, it should be simple enough for a person to just get up and leave if you want to. But that ain't the same thing as this abandonment that I'm talking about, because that's not the same thing. I'm talking about in terms of moving on to the next level. That's when real abandonment sets in. Not that somebody just up and left. No. I think abandonment sets in when you feel like that person is doing better without you. That person has gone on to do greater things than you could give them. I think that's when abandonment sets in. I think that's what a dog is thinking as it's sitting in the pound, that you done moved on to a poodle. If he a pit bull, yeah. That if you had a Chihuahua, you went and got a Great Dane. And they think that you done moved on. Wouldn't a person think that too? Wouldn't a person think that, I used to date Bobby and now he's dating Catherine. She's doing better than me. So that's when the abandonment set in, because that person is going to be doing better. Not if the person doing worse. Because you have a place for that. Every person, place, and thing has a place for something that's worse. But you don't have a place for something that's better. And it's obvious. It's in the definition of it. Right? Don't that make sense? You have no place for something that's better. And that's where the abandonment issue sets in. That's when it becomes abandonment. Not because they're doing worse. Because you have ample room for somebody doing worse. But you have zero to no room for somebody who wants to do better. And if that energy can be placed upon a place, whether it's a building, they call them haunted houses and such, or an entire city, we're going to call this one Gotham. We're going to call it Gotham. Gotham City. With these abandonment issues, don't want to see you do better for yourself. Yeah. And like, if an entire city can hold the energy of the people in it, what's going on with y'all kids? Like, I gotta ask, like, the teen takeovers and the kids and the destructiveness of it, I got to say that's something unique to y'all. I hope y'all know that. They can make it seem like it's happening worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon. The kids are going crazy. No. Them y'all kids. And I want to check out this video, man. Because in my opinion, y'all the reason why. So it was a chaotic weekend in Chicago last weekend with these teen takeovers. And we about to check it out right now and see what's going on with this teen takeover business. Oh man, okay, there's some type of little music festival thing fighting. It looked like Walla Walla Land. Chicklickety. Okay, they rumbling out there. Okay, now this look more familiar. Now who blocked this song? Now look, all them people out there. I'm not understanding this part. Okay, let me pause this. So I'm not understanding, like, why I don't even understand the attraction. It's not like nothing going on. Y'all ain't like no firecrackers or nothing. Ain't nobody selling no food, no snowballs, no liquor. Like, I'm sure y'all brought all that, but it looked like, what is this, the Outsiders or something? It looked like y'all just met up to rumble on some like 1950s greasers versus the jocks. Like, or West Side Story. Everything look like West Side Story. Let's continue. Look at this. Look, them girls too, because look how they fighting. Them gotta be girls. But, you know, the dudes fighting too or whatever. It's just a big melee. It's just, look at this. For what? And then the phones is out. Check this. Man, look at y'all kids. These is y'all kids, America. But Chicago more specifically, these is y'all kids, man. So when people be taking up for their kids' behavior, right, and you can't tell them nothing about what they kid done did, the minute you say, hey, man, you know, your kids did this, what they don't want to hear it. But, man, I can't help but look at this video of a so-called teen takeover, and I'm like, well, them somebody kids. Who gonna claim? Well, why y'all don't want to claim what y'all kids do, man? Because then you got to claim who you are. I mean, you would be the influence, right? If that's what they doing, who they got it from? Let's continue. Okay, now these the Venezuelans. Okay, the Too Fast, Too Furious crew is out. Oh man, they done jumped on top of the police car. Oh, man, okay. They done jumped on top of the police car. Well, look at that. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand, man. Like, you can't keep ignoring that. That don't make sense to keep ignoring that, man. Like, come on, man. I really want to watch it again, man. Let's watch this again. Let's watch this again. So they at the festival. This ain't too bad. This little festival scuffle, you know, between two look like two Dominican dudes or something, two Puerto Ricans. That everybody didn't just bust out fighting. Man, whoever got a cracking right here, man, everybody just broke out fighting, man. Look at all them peoples. And I ain't gonna lie to you, being at something like that, I can't bop. See, it's hard to criticize it, man, because I can't lie to you. When I was young, I'd have probably been in that crowd. I can't criticize it. But what I'm saying is, that don't mean I'm finna sit up and act like it's not stupid. Just because I might have been in that crowd, but I wasn't in them crowds too much because I was somewhere getting some money. I'm not saying it ain't some dudes there that's making some money, because I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of situations I was in where it was, some things going on. I was probably making some money some kind of way to it. And a lot of times I wasn't. But I wasn't with a bunch of kids. I think that's the difference why. I was a young dude around older dudes. So me being in certain situations or being around certain environments, it was a level of control to it, to where I could just sit and soak up like a sponge, just soak up game and knowledge and information and wisdom and understanding. And it wasn't this. To me, this is chaos. Ain't nothing you learning off this except how to fight better or what you need to do the next time. Because somebody got the best of you. You dig what I'm saying? Let's finish the rest of this. I mean, they just fighting and carrying on. I mean, it's really not even nothing to see. But I'm saying that to say that the mayor of Chicago been getting on TV, the governor of Illinois been on TV, community activists, leaders, and football coaches, all type of people have been getting on TV, or at least in front of a news camera, and talking about helping these kids and everything that they do. I mean, it's an organization on every corner, according to these people. I mean, according to them, they helping. They doing so many things in the community. They so active that something like this gotta be the fault of the parents. And they just passed a law in Washington, D.C. that they can prosecute parents for the activities of their kids. Up to 6 months jail time, if I'm not mistaken. And I say give them a year. Because if them your kids, like my mama ain't gonna lie to you, my mama always say, if we go to jail, don't call her because she not coming to get you. And the couple times I got in a little bit of trouble, never nothing too serious, but I knew I couldn't call my mama. Had to just let it play out and feel that feeling of, okay, this is unproductive. I don't want to be here. It's niggas in here. They stink. Everything is cold and hard and the food ain't. Yeah, it's like, why would I want to voluntarily be here when I know I got a mind? I know I got plans for myself. I know I have things to do. Why am I voluntarily around that? So me getting in the trouble that I got in was conducive to me changing my direction. This, I don't see that, because like I said, I was around older people doing all the things that I was doing. So whether I got in some type of trouble or not, it wasn't nothing like this, because I can't see no benefit to that. I can't see how somebody finna make better of their life by being in them, by being in that. I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't roll with it. I can't act like I don't have a problem with it. I do. And I ain't got no kids, so it's not for me to, get down on whoever do got kids, whether them y'all kids or not. All I'm saying is the energy of the city can inhabit everything and everybody and because of the place that it is. And I just don't know if everybody matter according to the criteria of self-improvement, self-discovery, and even if it's paradoxical where somebody was once an idiot going to a teen takeover, jumping on police cars that maybe one day they may grow up to be mayor, but hopefully it's a better mayor than we got, or they may grow up to be governor. Well, hopefully it's a better governor than we got, or they may grow up to be president. Well, man, I hope it's a better president than we got. So the people that don't matter don't got to be in low places. They can be in high places. And them not mattering mess up the ecosystem. Old boy put on a mic glove, and I ain't gonna bout the ecosystem in hip hop been messed up for the last about 8 years or so. the ecosystem of the industry in terms of what it's supposed to be for or what it could potentially be, it's been hindered or it's been changed. It's been malfunctioned. It's like AI took control of it a long time ago. Forget about now. Forget about AI taking control now. AI been took control a long time ago because people is flooding the zone with their microchips, man. The nerds is here. It is revenge of the nerds. They gonna make you feel it. And it's become something else. And I'm just saying, them people don't matter. Least of all to me, they do. So, not everybody matters. Not everybody is supposed to be here. And if they are the people that don't seem to matter in terms of self-improvement on a journey of self-discovery, then maybe I'm in the wrong dimension. I'm just really not supposed to be here, man. I enjoy the things here. I enjoy life. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna enjoy a whole lot more. I got a whole lot more to go, man. A whole long life, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. But these things stick out to me, man. I can't help it. I got to break them down and dissect them. I got to see whether I'm tripping. And the best way is for me to talk it out. You can communicate too, man. That should be your next assignment. Is learn how to be a better communicator. Whether you have to ask questions that may seem illogical or may seem time wasting, but it could lead you to a deeper thought process, could lead you to a new understanding that even if it don't work for nobody else, it worked for you. And even if it don't work long term, it worked for you now, because you got to keep moving and you got to have the answers. So you have to ask the questions. And without those questions, you will never know nothing. You dig? Speaking of people who matter, okay, Gary Coleman should be respected. Not just because of the way he carried himself or what he stood for and how tall, and you couldn't measure him by his size, right? For you weirdos out there, pause on that. But Gary Coleman had an interview, and it's probably one of the best interviews I ever seen in my life, of somebody not caring about the shackles that y'all want to place on them and telling this woman how she don't matter. Let's check out Gary Coleman.
And everything else. Pardon me?
You can go yourself.
Really?
Quit asking
Is that
me.
the way you talk to your wife?
Yeah, if I have to, if I need to, but I don't. And I don't know you, and I don't care about
And
you.
is this the kind of
your
anger
life
that leads to your
doesn't
physical assault?
matter to me.
Let me tell you
So
what,
if
my
I
life doesn't matter
Hold
to you.
on, tonight,
Hold on.
or get hit
Listen.
by a bus tonight, I'm not gonna care, because she's pushing my buttons, and I don't like her now. And the next thing I'm
Not
gonna
just
do
tonight.
is leave. So all of you.
Oh man, Gary. Oh man, Gary. Gary laid it down, man. We gotta watch. Can we see this one more time? That's what I'm saying. This lady sitting on Insider. This is a big some type of big network, some type of big show at the time. Cause this is from a while back, but look at her. She's sitting up there, with a blonde hair and a red dress or whatever that is that she got on there, and she thought she was somebody. She thought she was somebody, not the Gary Coleman. She wasn't. Let's watch this again, because this is dope, man.
And everything else. Pardon me?
You can go
She said, pardon me?
Really? Quit
Is
asking
that
me.
the way you talk to your wife?
She couldn't believe he said that to her. That lady thought she was so poor. She was trying, wasn't she? She was trying to give it to him. Talking about some, ooh, pardon me? He threw her all the way off, man. Hold on.
And everything else. Pardon me?
You can go yourself.
Really?
Quit asking
Is that the
me.
way you talk to your wife?
She really?
Yes, I have to.
Okay.
If I need to.
Why you ask him if that's the way you talk to him? Why is that the go-to response from women? Is that the way you talk to your wife? No. What? Is that the way you talk to the tooth fairy? You might as well have been asking me, is that how I talk to Ronald McDonald when I get some McNuggets? Is that the way I talk to my wife? Why? He talking to you like that. And guess what? Gary didn't back down from it. What do you say?
Is that the way you talk to your wife?
Yeah, if I have to.
If he has
I need to, but I don't.
But he
and
don't.
I don't know you, and I don't care about
And
you.
is this the kind
and
of
your
anger
life
that leads to your
doesn't
physical assault?
matter to
Wife?
me.
Let me tell you
so
what,
my
life doesn't matter to you.
Drown tonight, or get hit by a bus tonight. I'm not gonna care because she's pushing my buttons, and I don't like her now. And the next thing I'm
Not
gonna
just
do
tonight.
is leave. So all you.
Oh, man. You don't matter to everybody. You may think you matter. You somebody up there in a high place, and because somebody put you there. You didn't get there on your own. And you sitting around there acting like you somebody. And it took a little guy, a very short person with a big heart and a big personality, and he lets you know you don't matter. And he don't like you now. He might have liked you at one point. Y'all might have did some songs together, toured together, but he don't like you now, and you don't matter to him. He gave you the Gary Coleman. You got Gary Coleman, homie. You can't recover. It's like, what you call that, man? It's the Thriller in Manila. That's what I call it. I call it the Thriller in Manila, man. It's like George Foreman after he got knocked out by Ali, man. And he just couldn't recover. It took him a long time. He had bouts with his identity, man. At that point, he was fighting himself. He was fighting his own self-worth and image. He didn't know who he was. And he did all type of circus things, man. Fought 5 dudes in one night. Just any and everything. Went from the champion of the world to doing circus routine. The circus acts. Had to come back in his 40s to get it all back. Had to come back. And some people get Thriller in Manila. It ain't ether. You know what I mean? Everything don't boil down to an ether moment. Because Jay didn't have identity issues after ether. Ether was just like, man, he dropped a bomb on him. But it wasn't like he couldn't fight the dude that, you know, he could fight. It wasn't like he didn't know who he was. He knew who he was. He didn't have to whine about who's not his friend no more. He didn't have to whine about what he went through as if he really went through something horrible. No, you just got whooped in a battle. But it's not how hard you get hit. What Rocky say, it's about how it's about how hard you can get hit and keep getting up. But anyway, you got Thriller in Manila on me. It was bad, you know. I think it was bad anyway.